before we get into SmackDown, let's address the issue that was going on this past week with Booker T. I don't know if you guys got to see the comments or anything like that that Booker T made in regards to Naomi, but if you haven't, I'm going to read it for you. It's a little lengthy, but I think that it will add um, it adds substance to what we're going to talk about here. I haven't talked to my co-hosts about what their opinions are. I was a part, well, I wasn't a part, but I listened in on the Stevie Ray podcast the other night where one of our friend of the podcast, Chris Dilworth, was on with them, Mr. Team Bring It. So I listened to their discussion, and it was kind of funny. I'd asked Chris before he went on the show, I said, so you're going to go on Booker T's Brothers podcast and just shit on him? He's like, no, I just got some questions. And so he goes on there, and Stevie Ray said he wanted the fire. He said he wanted the heat or whatever and stuff like that. And Chris was like, no, that's your brother. I'm not going to talk bad about him. And Stevie Ray was like, no, go ahead and say what you got to say. So Chris Dilworth let it rip. And Stevie Ray pretty much backed him up on what he said. But we'll get into it. I'm going to read what Booker T said in regards to Naomi, in regards to the hashtag of Naomi deserves better. So what he said was, they can go to hell with all these hashtags as far as I'm concerned. Nobody deserves a chance, all right? First and foremost, you have to earn your chance and your spot on the roster. This is not some movement to just pull somebody up just because I hate to sit here and say this and talk this way because I like Naomi. But as far as the business goes, you get it on your merit alone. That's it. It's no buddy system. I know somebody's going to hear me and say, well, such and such and that, and why are they doing it? Yes, that may be true, but life is not fair. Sometimes you have to make your own breaks. Sometimes you have to go out there and rise to the occasion when no one else thought you could. It may not happen overnight. No one expected me, including myself, to become 6-time world champion. But my persistence as far as going out to the middle of that ring and performing better than all those suckers in the locker room, and the suckers in the locker room knew it. The fans saw something different, and the signs were there for Booker T on a nightly basis. That's why I say the hashtag Naomi deserves a chance or deserves better. I don't think that serves her any purpose. People are advocating for her in that way. The way that needs to be put out there from an advocating perspective is her advocating for herself when she goes out to that ring and performs at such a high level and the world sees it. When you do that, Naomi, you can't be denied. No one will ever say someone gave you anything. If it happens right now, tomorrow, someone blessed Naomi with the world championship, trust me, would not feel like she did it on her own. It would have been a movement for something like that to happen. I never would want the world title if it was given to me that way. Naomi, I've said it 1,000 times, is probably more athletic than any female in that locker room and 99% of the females in this business. But psychology and working are two different things. I hope and I wish that I had my hands on her for 1 month. Naomi would look at this business in a totally different way. Xavier
You want to
Mustafa.
go?
I let Xavier Mustafa go
It's
because
gonna.
hold
It's
on, hold
gonna.
on, hold on, hold on. Let's let Xavier Mustafa go so he don't say somebody stole what he was gonna say.
No, because I know y'all not gonna say what I'm gonna say, because I'm gonna get some heat right now. So let's go. All right. See, Booker T, what I guess he just conveniently forgot that. Okay, yeah, he got 5 of those championships, I believe, in WCW based off his hard work. When he went to the WWE, they gave him nothing. Triple H was all on his neck. All right, on his career. Let's call a spade a spade. If somebody, I don't know if like you wish somebody was advocating for you then, but WWE gave you nothing. Now they gave you King Booker, and you made that into what it was, which was phenomenal, but you still didn't get nothing out of it. Like, let's be real. So I kind of hate. It's kind of like a double-edged sword when you talk about fans. Okay, there are some fans that are very, very toxic to the wrestling business, but you want to entertain your fans. If your fans are saying, we want to see Naomi in better storylines and better promos and better, opportunities, why should they not give that to them? Like, I never understood that. If you run a retail store and your people are coming in and saying, I want this product. Well, guess what? You order that product. You get more of that product in. You don't just say, no, I'm not going to get that product because I want you to buy this one. You got to buy what's hot. And if people want Naomi, why can't we get Naomi? I don't get it. It just baffles me.
Okay. A couple things. I need to clarify what the hell Booker T is saying. I wish he was here and we can actually get these straight up answers from him. Number one, who the fuck is supposed to advocate for you? Is it not supposed to be the fans?
Yep.
Number two, so based off of that statement he made, that long drawn out statement, is he basically saying when he got to WWE, just to kind of piggyback off what you just said, Mustafa, you won 5 times in WCW. Are you saying that once you got to WWE, you couldn't hack it and you didn't deserve a title win based off of what you're saying? Your work rate did not grant you or win you a world title? And I'm pretty sure if everyone would have been going to, maybe that's why he saw, because all the fans didn't come out before his match at WrestleMania and basically pound down the door saying how Booker T should be champion and Booker T deserves better. Maybe he's a little bitter because that didn't happen. But we all saw what happened on WrestleMania. Triple H went ahead and pedigreed your ass. And based off what you're saying, he had a right to. And that you really didn't deserve that world title at that world title win at that time. Is that what you're saying, Booker T? If so, okay, cool. But this is 2020, and hashtags are a thing. If it wasn't for the fans advocating for certain wrestlers, Daniel Bryan wouldn't have gotten as big as he did. It was nothing but the fans advocating for Daniel Bryan that got him that first title, that big win at WrestleMania.
CM Punk.
Right. So Booker T, I don't know what the fuck honestly, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I get what you're saying, that you shouldn't be handed anything, but if the fans are saying we want to see more, this person deserves more, that means that they want Naomi to be valued and not just be a 2-bit player. That's basically what they're saying. Sorry if he's salty because nobody came out and supported him like that. But the internet wasn't a thing back then. So I'm kind of disappointed in Booker T. Seriously.
And keep in mind, like, the things I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that I don't like Booker T or I don't respect Booker T, because I have a lot of respect and stuff for him. I mean, he's given us a lot of memorable moments, like the brawl with him and Stone Cold Steve Austin in the grocery store, his time with Harlem Heat and stuff like that. So if he does happen to listen to this, I don't want to make it sound like I'm being disrespectful or anything, but come on, bro. Like, if the fans want it, give the fans what they want. I think that's the problem with the wrestling business right now, that Vince McMahon is like, okay, I know what the fans want, but I'm going to give them what I want. Like, I get it. You want to tease them. You want to be like the guy in the insurance commercial with the dollar, like, ooh, almost had it, But do that. But Naomi should definitely, I think, be one of the people in the title picture. Now, when you argue that fact, too, you also have to remember that you do have Sasha Banks there. So, we do have black representation. We have Asian representation. So we do have some diversity in the women's division, which is great. But, yeah, Naomi, I think she can be in there. I want to see Naomi versus Asuka. I want to see how that works.
Can I say something now?
and nobody is shitting on Booker T, like Mustafa said. If anybody deserved to be the first black WWE champion, I think 99% of people would say Booker T. But hearing after what he just said is disappointing. Yeah, that's all. It's just disappointing.
Based on what Booker T said, that she needs to advocate for herself, that just makes me believe Booker T, you didn't advocate for yourself, which is why Triple H pedigreed you. And it wasn't even just that he pedigreed you. You pretty much got disrespected in that match because he pedigreed you and then he took like 20 seconds to go and cover you, and you just had to lay there and take it. Like, I remember I met Cody Rhodes about 7 years ago, and he gave me tickets to a live event that you were an agent for backstage, and I told him to let you know that growing up, you were one of the biggest inspirations for me, and to hear you come out and go against Naomi in the way that you did really hurt my heart. It was really disturbing. And one of the things Stevie Ray says is that he doesn't know like why you said what you said. Maybe it's contracts. Maybe it's something that a reason that you have to go against her or whatever. But it seems like whenever there's an issue when it comes to a person of color, especially just black, we'll just call a spade, black performer, you and Mark Henry are two people who should be who these talents can go to and look for advice. But it seems like you guys just end up burying them or embarrassing them rather than helping them, and then those people become bitter, and it makes you come off as bitter as well, and it doesn't advance anybody's career at that point, because people look at whatever they say back to you is going to be viewed as disrespect towards a legend, and then the fans are going to look down on you because you're not doing what you should be doing as a veteran. I don't know if you guys agree with that statement, but that's kind of how I view it as a fan, that you could be doing a lot more to advocate for these people. You admitted that she's one of the most athletic people back there in that locker room. And let's not act like Naomi wasn't already women's champion, so she has already cut her teeth in that division. How do you hold the world title, the women's world title in WWE, and now you're pushed so far back down the card that people who couldn't even lace your shoes or hold your jock strap or thong or whatever the hell is out here pinning you in 5-minute matches on television? It just doesn't make sense.
And you know what? It'll be a different conversation too if they were rotating the women up there on top. But it's like the same for her all the time.
Right. Like, when has Naomi actually had her shine? I mean, they gave the fucking belt to Carmella. Come on now. And then they want to keep throwing Lacey Evans. Well, excuse me, about a year ago, Lacey Evans was all over the title picture. Like, all people are asking for is for Naomi to get a fair shot. That's all. She has earned that spot a long time ago.
And then also,
a long time ago.
And then also, Naomi can talk. WWE makes her talk in a specific type of way, the same way that they try to make Sasha Banks talk, which I think is unnatural for Naomi. But I think if they just let Naomi go out there and be Naomi, you would see her cutting those really great promos. She has the moves in the ring, and she is entertaining.
So yes. do they do a female Nation of Domination? Her, Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, and I don't know, throw
Bayley.
Somebody else.
Just throw Bayley in there.
Now, I will say, based off what they've been doing with Bianca Belair, I think they may be positioning her for a little something, which will be great to see. But yeah, show my girl Naomi some love. She got some comedic chops. If anybody follows her on Twitter or Instagram, like, there's a picture of her being pinned by Lacey Evans, and her legs is like way up behind her ears, and she was like, "There's only one person that puts my legs up like that."
You ain't him.
And I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, Naomi does have what it takes. She shouldn't be losing to Lacey Evans in 5-minute matches. And I get it. Like they're trying to push Lacey Evans back up to the top of the card again, but she's had 7 or 8 opportunities in the past year where Naomi has pretty much been off of television for the past 7 or 8 months. I mean, no, she's had. I said that completely wrong. Lacey Evans has had 7 or 8 opportunities at titles in the past year, where Naomi has had 0, mainly due to her husband being out injured. But like I said, she's a former world champion. She does deserve better. Like, they wouldn't. Besides, unless your name is Kofi Kingston, they wouldn't be doing that to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is still pretty much at the top of the card. Even like he's not mid card. He's still out there fighting like legends and positioned well on the card. Whereas Naomi, like I said, should not be losing to losing to Lacey Evans. And again, use your position as a legend to not chastise these up and coming talents or established talents, which Naomi by now is an established talent. She's been there for, I believe, 9 years. She started off as a Funkadactyl and worked her way up. She's been there. She's cut her teeth. She's put in the work. She's risen to the top of the card, and she did it on her own. And all the fans are asking for is for, hey, she was in this position. Why is she now down here at this bottom position? She deserves better. So, like, advocate for them. Quit burying all the talent, especially those who look like you. It makes you look weird. Like, you come off looking weird.